Ah, what wonderful, invigorating weather. Today's the last day of vacation for my husband and me. I've beaten him handily in fishing, so now I can go home feeling great. Congratulations. Good for you. Wonder if her husband is maybe like off sulking in his room or something. Phew, finally back. With all the danger cleared up, time to relax and wet my line. Somehow I just can't stop fishing. I'd keep doing it even if I had to pawn off the wife. Okay, that's gonna have a happy ending, I'm sure. Not sure I should be wishing you good luck with that. Kevin! Is he joining us for the vacation? And here's the rest of them. What? Kevin, what are you doing here? Oh, it's a long and harrowing story. We passed by him on the road, so we invited him to join us. On the road? Why were you traveling again, Kevin? To be honest, my goal was to investigate the Amber Tower. After we said our goodbyes in Roulette, I've been running around looking into all the towers. All the towers? Have you already visited the other towers, Father Graham? Yep, I've been busy with that, pretty much. That's why I was kinda AWOL during the whole dragon business. Sorry I couldn't give a hand with that. I figured you guys might come out here for a break after that, so... That makes sense. No, it doesn't. Well then, should we have a sit down right now? How's about we do it over dinner? That'll help the information flow freely, you know? Oh yeah. So you're really staying here, Kevin? Well, from what I hear, this is a pretty famous inn, right? Like your friend said, I figured I'd join in the festivities, if you don't mind. Oh, we don't mind. We don't mind at all. Please, join us. That's, kind of out of the blue. You have helped us out a lot, though. What do you think, guys? I ain't got a problem with it. It is a nice way to settle our debt to the good father. Yeah, I want him to stay too. I see no reason to object. I wonder if it's fate bringing us together. Well, if he's here, let's have some fun. Thank ya. Ain't much in the way of thanks, but if you've still got stuff that needs doing, I'd be happy to tag along. Abuse me as much as you need. What? We could have had him with us. As we... Kind of upset right now, not gonna lie. Well... Thanks for the offer, but I think we're about ready to drop off our things and relax. Aw, really? Darn it all, and here I was thinking I could give up my body to a stealth cause. Oh, if you want to sacrifice your body, trust me, there are ways to arrange that. Come on then, let's get checked in. Thank you very much for choosing to stay at the Kingfisher Inn. It's not like we have a choice. I mean, how many other inns are there on the Lakeshore? Allow me to show you to your rooms. Yes, please do. This is the room we have set aside for the ladies. Wow! This is lovely. It feels peaceful, too. This is the room we used the last time we stayed here, right? We ended up having to sneak into the bandit base and didn't really get to enjoy it much. Yes, I hope you can spend a bit more in it this time. I did at least get to spend one night in a comfortable bed that time. The way I remember it, Shara drank you under the table and laid you out like a sack of garbage. This time, I'll be able to drink to my heart's content. This is the room we had set aside for the gentlemen, but... I'm sorry, there must have been some confusion about your party size. You may use the room next door for the men as well. Alright, I kind of jumped on this train at the last second. You guys pick rooms and I'll roll with it. How about it? I have no preference. I don't care much either way. Well then, I shall share a room with Agate. Wait a second. What's with the sudden desire to bunk with me? Is it not obvious, Agate? A raven with clipped wings, mended by a tender-hearted young girl. I would be a failure of a bard if I did not hear every detail of that encounter. Olivier. And also... Huh? What? Agate, try not to murder him, okay? Although, I'm sort of curious as to how that went down myself. But we just talked is all. That doesn't make us any less interested in hearing about it, maybe more so in fact. Perhaps we should hear the whole story before calling it a night, Aww. Come now, you two. Don't tease Tita so much, I feel bad for her. Regardless, I would ask Zin and Kevin to share the other room. I have no problem with that. Hey, I'm not one to stand in the way of a good time, so sure. Allow me to show you to your room. Rip Agate. Rip Olivier, actually. Now hang on, we are not done with this conversation. Hey! Sounds like things got, kind of crazy. So there really was an ancient dragon nested in the burrow. And it warned about the Ariel before flying off, huh? Yeah, makes my head spin just thinking about everything that happened. What I really don't get is why Ragnar couldn't tell us anything about the Ariel either. Actually, there is a line in the Testaments this reminds me of. And the goddess, having bequeathed her treasures, sent forth the holy beast to observe the path the children of men would take. A holy beast? Actually, there was an S there. Holy beasts, plural. Are they all dragons? Or are they like a whole range of mythical monsters? And do we get to meet them all? That certainly does seem like Ragnar. The more pertinent point, I feel, is the command to observe. They may simply watch over us, and we're commanded to not interfere. Load of help that is. Well, one way or another, I think this makes it look like the Ariel exists. And the goddess, apparently. Think we can even start to piece things together, thanks to what I found in my poking around. Right, you were investigating the towers. Did you find anything out? A little bit, yeah. I think you guys are familiar with those weird machines at the top of each tower, right? Did you know they're currently glowing? Yeah, I remember seeing that one was all lit up. I don't quite get what that has to do with the Ariel, though. Well, Captain Shores mentioned something to me. Something weird happened in that room where you fought Alan Richard just before that mechanical monster showed up, right? Oh yeah. If I remember right, after the gospel was used, all the lights in the ruins went out. And then there was this voice out of nowhere giving a warning, and the pillars all sunk into the floor. Right, the warning was about the first barrier being no longer operative, and the device towers being enabled, as I recall. Yeah, that's what I've heard. So on a hunch, I double-checked the timing with some witnesses. Those 4 towers started lighting up and stuff at the same time the gospel was used. You're kidding. So the device towers the warning mentioned are the 4 towers of Liberl and the machines at their peaks. I don't got any other explanation, at least. So to sum up then, the ruins beneath Grancel Castle are what produces the first barrier. However, when Colonel Richard used the gospel, this barrier was eliminated. And in its place, the device towers were activated. Presumably to produce a second barrier of some sort. A second barrier? But why would you? If you're gonna protect something, you always want to make sure you have a backup. Doesn't answer the questions of what kind of barrier it is, or what the heck it's a barrier for, though. About that, I'm starting to think it's something to hide the location of the Ariel. That's right, the Ariel wasn't in the castle's ruins. But it's still supposed to be somewhere in Liberl, right? Exactly. And if we assume the Society's goal is to obtain the Ariel, then I think we can say their experiments are part of a plan to further that goal. They need to do all that just to... The experiments, the Gospels, and the Ariel. It seems they are more tightly interwoven than we first believed. And the one sitting at the loom would be this man called the Professor. Yeah, it's all him. The same guy who put the Gospel on Ragnar's head and made him attack Bose. And the one who... Estelle? What's up, Estelle? You got awfully quiet all of a sudden. Yeah, about this professor. They think he's the one who made Joshua leave in the first place. What? Wait a moment. You mean he's the one who orchestrated the events that brought Joshua into your home, and then made him leave the way he did? I think so. And I bet he's the one who manipulated Colonel Richard and Kurt's memories. You're kidding. We do not have an explanation for Kurt's memories, it is true. Why do you think this? Well, you see, Estelle explained that she can't remember the identity of one man she met the day Joshua disappeared. That really happened. Is this another thing you've been trying to shoulder all by yourself or something? Not exactly, but... Sorry, I guess it's kinda late to bring it up now. I don't think there can be any doubt at this point, though. It's safe to say that this person must be the one responsible for all our trouble. He is clearly a man of twisted morals. Yes, we'll need to be careful. Aw, sorry, Tita. I didn't mean to bring up all this serious junk when we came out here to relax. Oh, no, it's okay, Estelle. It's just, I was wondering why someone would do things like this. Make everyone so unhappy, make Joshua suffer. I just don't get it. Aw, Tita, don't worry about trying to understand a weirdo like that, okay? You just need to worry about being Tita. Right, Agate? Why the heck do you keep dragging me into these conversations? We needed that, I think. Kevin? Oh, nothing. So how's about we call that enough information swapping for one day? It'd be a crime to let all this wonderful food go to waste. Can't say no to that. Yes, let us leave debate aside for now. Instead, let us navigate the forest of meat through the rivers of liquor. Merriment awaits. Rivers of liquor, Lenheim. That was an unfortunate metaphor. Oh, please, Shira, do not make me swim. Shira and Olivier never fail to amuse. And so Estelle and her friends set about enjoying their holiday. Setting aside their cares for a while, they slumbered peacefully and awoke as they wished come the dawn. Seriously? Who wishes to wake at dawn? In the morning, they borrowed a couple of boats and enjoyed an excursion on the lake. Oh! Oh, geez. Aw, Agate. Noon saw a pleasant lunch with no small bit of horseplay. Agate has no fish. Look at Kevin and Estelle go, though. And the evening was perfect for setting a fishing line and letting the hours disappear. Time passed quickly by the idyllic shores of the lake. That was so much fun! It was! It feels like we've been refreshed, body and soul. Yes, it's been a while since I've had this much fun without drinking. Shira, minors in the room, influences, etc. And weren't you slamming back some kind of fruit liquor like a fiend while we were fishing? Oh honey, please. Something that light doesn't even count. Right, Princess? Tita? I think I'll invoke a royal prerogative to refrain from commenting. On a tangent from that though, Estelle, you're really very good at fishing. You think so? Yeah, you are. You pulled them up one after another. It's been her hobby since she was little. Speaking of, Kevin made quite a showing for himself too. I noticed that. He really seems to like fishing. He definitely knows how to handle a rod and whatnot, that's for sure. If he got a bit better, he might even be a good rival for me. For the love of, not everything has to be a competition, Estelle. Doesn't it, though? Still, though, it's a lovely evening. Ah. Estelle, what is it? Nothing. I think I need to go enjoy that lovely evening for a bit. I'll be back for dinner. I understand. Don't be gone too late or I'll eat your portion too. Yeah, I know. See you guys later. Estelle. Shara, don't worry, Tita. I'd like you to leave her alone for a little while, if that's okay. This is about Joshua, isn't it? Ah, a good guess. The evening was just as lovely back then, too. Another lovely evening. You've got plenty of time until dinner. Go have a walk and enjoy the fresh air. I think I want a little more tea. I'll see you after dinner, Estelle. I'm certain that the sun's reflection on Valeria Lake must be quite breathtaking. I think I may go view it myself from the terrace. Good luck with that, have fun. So, looking at this map, like, if all these towers are supposed to be guarding something, or guarding people from something, wouldn't it make sense that whatever they're guarding is like right smack dab in the center of it? With the exception of like Grand Cell, you could kind of make the argument that like the center of the towers is Valeria Lake. Plus, you know, Kevin's here, so it's like the whole team is coming together. Oh, out for a walk. We still have a little time before dinner. Please, feel free to have a look around. We've got lots of fresh fish today, too. I'm looking forward to dinner tonight. Ah, good day, Estelle. The finest liquor, the freshest food. Indeed, it is the picture of refinement. If I had a lovely lady pouring my drinks, then I would have no complaints at all. But oh, that can be saved for after dinner. Going fishing again. Well, don't get so absorbed that you forget about dinner. Oh hey, Estelle. Already feeling tied out? What? Not really. Shara's still relaxing in her room. I just wanted to get outside for a bit. Alright, well, try and get back before dark. Yo, Estelle. You're walking around again. You're like a perpetual motion machine, you know that? I guess so, yeah. What are you doing, Agate? Just sitting back and relaxing while we can. Winding down, basically. That's why we came out here after all. Heck yeah, it is. You gotta relax sometime. It won't hurt to take one day off of work. Darn right. Anyway, see ya. We forgot to check the other rooms. Anybody on the patio? No. Wait, where are all the other guests? Ah, what a pretty sunset. It's just like that time. The sky, the sunset, the water, it's all just like before. Everyone's having fun, but it's not really the same at all, is it? I'm hopeless, aren't I? I'd made up my mind to chase after him at my own pace, but Mom and Joshua must be laughing at me. That's right. I did play it once during the dream. I wonder if I can do it again. Not bad for zero practice. Huh? That was really pretty, Estelle. Kevin? I came by because I was curious who was belting out the melodies. Gotta admit, I didn't think it would be you. So I guess you do have hobbies other than sneakers and fishing, huh? Harmonica playing's kind of out of character for me, huh? Nah, not hardly. It suits you. Gotta be honest, I think you're better at fishing, but you can just come out and tell me I'm bad. Even I don't think I'm really good at this. You made a couple technical mistakes, sure. But what matters in music is the heart. And that little performance of yours carried your heart. Trust me. Oh, thanks. Mind if I get a little closer? Oh, sure, go ahead. Got a question I'd like to ask you. Estelle, what are you gonna say when you meet this boyfriend of yours? Huh? From what I've gathered, he left under what we might call, circumstances. Heavy ones. Even if you finally catch up to him, have you thought about what you're going to say to him after all this? I'd convinced myself I was going to drag him back even if I had to pull him by the hair. But I don't think I can really do something that forceful or crazy. To be completely honest, I don't know if what I have to say will even reach Joshua. And even knowing all that, you're still set on finding him. Yeah. I've thought a lot about Joshua's situation and my own failings. No matter how hard I try, though, the words to deal with it all don't come to me when I just sit around. So I'll just let the words come when I finally meet him. What? After all, my feelings aren't mine alone, right? There's something that grew between Joshua and I when we were together. So I think I'll only really be able to find those words once I see him again. Once we meet, our hearts will do the talking. Or her staff. Or her staff. That's why I refuse to worry about that until we find him. I mean, sometimes I get a little sentimental, sure, but let's just call that ladies' privilege. Oh man, that didn't go according to the steps at all. What? Step 1, Estelle is all sentimental and down. Step 2, Estelle worries over a comment from me. Step 3, I follow up nicely. Step 4, Estelle starts feeling better and her opinion of me rises sharply because of it. See, profit. That was the brilliant plan I was aiming for, but somehow you skipped steps 2 and 3, and thus 4, I think. Sorry. You're still a good priest, Kevin. You do pay attention to people with worries like me. Well, it's true, that's part of a priest's job. I gotta admit, I was paying attention to you for reasons that are more personal, Estelle. Huh? What are you... Hold that thought. What? Now I'm... What is it? Not sure. It looks like a boat's approaching. And I think someone's inside it. What? Oh geez. Kurt, what happened to you? Kurt! Where's Annalise? Has she been captured? Is she being held hostage? I patched him up as best I can, but his wounds are pretty serious. He'll have to stay bedbound for a while. Poor Kurt. Never thought I'd see the day where Kurt gets thrashed like this. We're all doomed. The heck happened? Kurt and his team were really close to finding the Society's base, from what Lugren told us. Which means Annalise and Karna and Grant should have been with... Oh no! This is bad. I called Lugren on the inn's phone. He's contacting the other branches and the Royal Army now. But... If things have gone wrong, Annalise and the others will... We know. Don't panic. We need to get out there and do what we can. Problem is, where the heck did Kurt's boat float in from? It is curious. Lakeshore Lake has no islands or reefs, correct? That's right, it's tremendously deep, so it must have floated in from another shore. It could be very hard to divine precisely which shore, though. Yeah, the lake is huge. I guess we could ask the Army patrol ships to help too, but... Kurt? This is... Estelle and Agate, everyone. This is the Kingfisher Inn on the Lakeshore in Bose. You drifted here on the waves, you tough old goat. The Kingfisher, yes, I see. I remember my teammates and I infiltrating the Society's base. Why didn't you wait for backup? And then I... Kurt? Don't tell me. Darn it all. To have my memory stolen not once, but twice. I knew it. The Society has intruded upon your mind once again. Zin, please. Use your chi on me as you did last time. Otherwise, everyone else will... Last time was a desperate improvisation. It won't be able to restore memories locked away by hypnosis. Besides, with your injuries, no, we cannot risk it. But... in that case, let me try something. Huh? And you are? Kevin Graham, Gralsritter of the church. Think Annalise might have told you about me. Yes. Hang on a sec, Kevin. You can undo hypnosis? Well, don't know what I could do about any nasty stuff that's wormed its way into the subconscious, but... I think I can manage a little something, if it's just some kind of block on a short-term memory. Doesn't seem like it's been that long since he was hit, so... Oh, neat! Is this an example of thaumaturgy, the secret arts of the church? You might call it that. This, might feel like your head's getting kicked by a mule. Repeatedly. Gosh. That's horrible. I'm guessing you don't care much, though. We care. We care. Not at all. Please, do what you can. Alright. That's Kurt taking one for the team. For world peace. In the name of she who dwells above, do I hold this consecrated septium. Wow. So pretty. Silver reflection of the conscious will, black luminance of time's flow. By your opposing natures, I divest this mortal man of the ties which bind his mind. Kurt, you okay? Yes, I think so. So much is returning, as though a mist is clearing from my mind. Just let the fog clear and remain calm and relaxed. Whatever you do, don't try to look into the darkness that lies beyond. Yes, I understand. I see what you meant when you warned me this would be unpleasant. That is, my ego, isn't it? You can tell, I'm surprised. I'm proficient in meditation, remember? I mean, you guys just met. Why? How would you know that? I'm fine. I think I remember enough now. Really? Great. An impressive technique. You really are more than just a skirt-chasing priest. Well done, Kevin. Come on, don't inflate my ego too much here. I mean, a little, sure, but not too much. Anyhow, Kurt, what do you remember exactly? Yes, well, the Society has a base on the northwestern shore of the lake. They've built some kind of research facility in secret. A research facility? When did they? How did they? The northwestern parts of the lakeshore are sparsely populated at best. Even so, guard airships do patrol over the area. The facility is cleverly hidden. They project a dummy image into the sky to prevent aerial scouting. What? Like Blue Blanc did with the gospel? Well, that is an impressive feat. It's theoretically possible, but how would you? And if you approach by land, a deep fog springs up around you as you draw near. A fog? Sounds just like relent. We broke through the fog and entered the facility. But then we were ambushed by a team of people calling themselves enforcers. They caught us completely off guard and crushed us almost immediately. I lost consciousness not long after reaching the boat. Darn my cowardice, abandoning Grant and Karna and Annalise like that. Kurt, don't worry about it, okay? We're going to save Annalise and all the rest. Estelle? Don't worry, Kurt. You told us everything we need to know to go kick some fools around. Yes, on top of that, I suspect we'll have some help from the Royal Army. Leave the rest to us. Thank you. Forgive me, I leave it in your hands. Kurt? Don't worry, he's just unconscious. Anyway, sounds like we don't have time to stand around. Right. We need to get going before the army does. Estelle, I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but... Yeah, I know. This is going to be the most dangerous thing we've ever done, by a lot. But you know what? I was prepared to settle things with society, one way or another. It'll just happen sooner than I thought. Estelle. Well, I think that was the shortest vacation in history. Nah, we got plenty of rest. Now it's time to gear up for the real fight. There's a problem. A small army of us going together would stand out too much. It would be best to send a smaller group, I think. Yeah, good idea. Hey, everyone? Do you mind if I pick a team like I did back in the ruins? As you did beneath Grancel, I think that's for the best. I'll be happy to come along. Sure, I don't mind. I won't hold any grudges if you don't pick me, though I do want to bust some heads. Of course, though you will naturally ask me to come along. He's not wrong. How does he know? How does he know? If you need someone who can heal injuries, I will be happy to come along. I can help with machines and stuff, I think. Thanks, guys. Sorry to spoil the fun, but do you mind picking me first? No, not at all. Huh? From the sounds of it, Annalise and your friends are in the Society's claws. If they've been given the same treatment Kurt was, or worse, what'll you guys do exactly? Knock him over the noggin? Oh, I see. A good idea. Yeah, good point. Looks like you're in no matter what, Mr. Priest. Finally. Finally! Thank you. We should be thanking you, Kevin. Okay, let me pick the rest of the team. Finally. Finally! Swap members, gear in and out as needed. Select move out when ready. Sure, sure.
Ready?
Oh, it's only the four of them. I thought like this could give us everybody and we could just move everything we need around, but it's not. It's not, so, you know. Who needs it? Who needs it? Kevin, you better have some next level equipment, because otherwise, we're dead. This is not going to be a happy ending. Sure is quiet. You'd think we'd be able to see the beach soon or something. Unless I'm off, we should be going in the right direction. We'll get there eventually, don't worry. Ah, besides, check out that moon. This is the sort of night you'd want to take a girlfriend out on a date, really. And someone's as mellowed out as ever. But do you actually have a girlfriend, Kevin? Despite what you might think, I have at least one candidate in each town on the continent. And candidate, meaning you don't actually have one. Come on, at least let me finish bragging. Oh my. You are but a squire in love, Sir Knight. Though, Kevin, why are you out here on your own still? This is becoming kind of a big deal, and you have no backup aside from us. Are the Growlthrower kind of understaffed? Well, the situation's kinda complicated. I got dispatched out here on my own at first, yeah. If stuff really hits the rotating thingamajigger though, some of my buddies might fly out here. Do you, like, send out a bat signal? Oh, okay. So the Growlthrower's job is the retrieval of artifacts, right? More accurately, investigation, management, and retrieval. And retrieval usually means recovering it from someone. The church has forbidden the average citizen from owning working artifacts, and most nations agree and let us work. But what's with all the locking down? Seems like a lot of effort for old machines. Okay, so thing is, there's lots and lots of different types of artifacts, right? And nobody really knows how or why they work yet. Despite that, they do work, and depending on how you use them, they can have absolutely crazy abilities. What do you think tends to happen when you put infinite cosmic power in the hands of your average citizen? I, can guess, but what? The biggest thing is actually obsession. They can't resist the seduction of power, and inevitably use the artifact for nothing good. Seriously? Always? We've seen it happen time and time again throughout history, sadly enough. Estelle, you remember Mayor Dalmore well enough to know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, Dalmore did seem to have his awful mean streak in him. It wasn't like that mind-controlled capital boss guy. Dalmore seemed like he felt he could fight the whole world and win. Holding absolute power gives people a warped sense of confidence, erases their ability to control themselves. It's the mission of the Gralsritter to stop that before it happens. Ain't always the prettiest job in the world, but... Really? It simply means the church has its own business to sell. For example, in some cases, individuals are allowed to possess or keep artifacts, are they not? Man, you do know a lot. Well, I'm gonna have to say no comment to that one, Mr. Bard. Got a duty to keep church business confidential and all that. Of course, my good man. Urge to push Kevin off the boat. Rising. Hey! I would bet this means we're close to their base. Now we really got no choice but to plow on ahead. Yeah. Stay alert, everyone. They might try to ambush us. Hey! Looks like we made it through. So all the experiments were just to hide their base. Seems like a lot of effort. Alright, we've arrived. I don't see anyone around, but, well... Yeah, nobody let your guard down. First order of business, I think, is giving that building ahead a scouting. We shouldn't forget who our enemies are either. If we get in over our heads, we shouldn't hesitate to leave. Yeah, good point. Yeah, we'll just take the boat back to the inn, switch out our party members, come back. I'm sure nobody will notice.